Ayo.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
All right.
I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I'm ready for episode 2.
I'm nervous.
Yeah, episode 1 was so bad, you guys. Did you guys watch that one?
Ow.
Yeah, it was horrible. And I was able to watch your guys' replay on it, and you guys had like the same thoughts that I did.
Yeah.
The thing that made me laugh the most, okay, not laugh, but like eye roll, is when he was like shaming them for their answers, and then he had his 1 minute answer, and it was literally the exact same thing that they were doing, you know? I was like, you are such a person.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was just talking to JJ a little while ago, and I was like, the mental gymnastics it was exhausting. And I think it's really important that we understand, just kind of as a disclaimer, kind of as a disclaimer, like, we're not shaming the contestants. We're shaming the methods and the tactics that were used by Ray and Jessica, because it was disgusting. So, because I know that there's people that are probably watching that were, actually, I know that for a fact, that are probably on this episode. And I want to make sure that everybody watching understands we're not shaming the contestants. We're shaming, if you want to use it, educating, raising awareness, shaming, I don't know.
Calling out,
whatever you want to call it. Ray and
I'm going to grab some tissues.
Also, I was talking to JJ, and I guess I didn't realize, because I have interacted with Ray at events, but I was not a member of Rank Makers or anything like that. So, and I didn't really interact much with Jessica. And so I thought I was telling JJ this a little while ago. I thought Jessica, I didn't expect her to be as manipulative as she appeared to be on episode 1. I thought she was like, I don't know, kind and sweet, but then it's kind of like, well, look who she's married to. So, you know.
Yeah, I didn't know much about her, and I thought maybe she was like kind of a victim to his aura, you know, but then I'm like, she's kind of a willing participant, in my opinion, based off of that episode. So
absolutely,
I don't know. It was painful.
This comment, is this the Ray Higdon Apprentice ripoff? It sure is. And the prize is you might get to work for him or get some coaching.
I like what Jennifer said. You're holding Ray and Jess accountable.
Yeah. You know what? Yes. We call Ray around here. I call Ray, which makes people go, oh my God, especially if you are a former rank maker. And by the way, you are welcome here and you are safe here. Okay.
Absolutely.
But Jess, we're going to use that tonight. Absolutely.
Not JJ. Just Jess.
Just Jess. That's right. There's only one JJ, first of all.
In his own mind. That's right.
You can tell, that's for sure.
You can tell that he believes that.
Seriously. Oh my God. This is amazing, Crystal. I'm officially out of MLM. Thought I'd share. And Erin, you've been a huge help in me letting it all go. Thank you. That is incredible. And for those of you that are watching that were a part of MLM, the coolest thing you can do is to message the content creators that you watch and let them know, because, you know, it's incredible. So congratulations, Crystal. That's amazing.
Yes, absolutely. All right.
Oh my word. Why did that?
Oh, so if you
just commented.
Yes. So it commented from all three of us when you're on the StreamYard. But if you go to your YouTube, like on your phone or something, and you comment there, it'll comment to your people. This is for everyone to see all of our comments.
Well, gotcha. Okay, good to know.
Kirstie, you can also click on the little drop-down arrow. Sorry, guys, hang tight for just a second. The little drop-down arrow, and you can click your profile, and you can still comment like that, but it'll only go to you.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Yeah. Sorry. Hashtag StreamYard newbie.
No worries. I didn't even know that. LOL. Oh, that last one, I didn't even know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Teaching us both.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's time we get started since it's a longer video, and let's get it over with, you know?
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, just rip the Band-Aid off. What is this? Okay, so for those that just hopped in, we are going to react to the second episode of Ray Ray's, what is it called? Play to Win? Yes. It's like a reality show, but not really. It's just on his YouTube channel. It's streamed nowhere else. And it's terrible. If you haven't seen the first one, we did the first one a long time ago, and it was wild.
It was
I love
crazy.
how Ray and Jess could criticize all the contestants, but when anti-MLM, example Erin, gives a valid critique, blocked. That's right.
Yeah, he did block me real quick, but that's okay. Ray, we know you're watching, and you're welcome to join us in the comments. Okay, thanks.
Absolutely. Streamed in his Facebook page. Yeah, no, that's not surprised. All right.
Wait, he streamed our live in his Facebook page?
No, I think they're talking about he streamed his
series
reality show.
Oh God, I was like,
Ray, I would love for him to do that. I would love.
Yeah,
for him
seriously.
to do that.
Ray, if you want to, because we know you're watching, maybe the replay or whatever, but if you want to stream this into your rank makers group, that would be cool if you wanted to do that.
Peggy, I had blocked it from my mind. Episode 1 was horrific. So yeah, same. But it'll be fine. Episode 2 is 20 minutes shorter. God bless. Right?
Yeah.
So okay, let's get started. Like Erin said, rip the Band-Aid off.
We really create events that are something that's a little different than most of the events out there. Designed for the network marketer that wants to grow their team, wants to learn, thinking a little bit bigger.
These poor people. Lessons of a lifetime. Same, Jennifer, same. We're all in it together.
Welcome to Play to Win. I'm Ray Higdon.
And I'm Jessica Higdon.
Too many people are just getting by. We train network marketers how to show up in their business.
It's really powerful to get somebody into your business is sharing stories of others that are in their same situation.
Okay, am I pausing this already? Yeah, because I saw Elena Cardone was on here. And is Charlene on here? I think I saw her commenting. She dropped a video in my Discord or sent it to me. I don't remember. I think both. And apparently Grant Cardone is being investigated for, I don't know, some sort of money fraud. I can't remember. So, you know what they say, birds of a feather.
They sure as hell flock pretty freaking close together, you know?
For sure.
There's a lot of people in this room that you have so much power and so much wealth and abundance, it's just your bank account doesn't reflect it yet.
We can show you how to make more money, but it's all in how you show up in your work and in your life.
This show will tell you who's going to grow and who has to go. So let's meet this episode's
Y'all have to go. That's who needs to go.
So first of all, thank you all for being here. I know that some of you flew a very long way from Australia and New Zealand. So we appreciate you guys being here. We've had our company for about 10 years now, and we've helped a lot of home business owners, entrepreneurs to have an amazing lifestyle. And so we really wanted to share that with the masses and share that with people and offer that to people who maybe didn't know that that was possible.
We want to help people create a great story. And to help people create a great story, we have to have people that are extraordinary, that do want to play to win, that do want to make it happen, that do want to crush it and impact the world. We get to see who's really stepping it up and who's someone we want to create a story with. I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to be at the bottom. And we want to help inspire some people, and you guys are going to help us do that. I want to introduce someone really, really special to you. Mary Kay, would you come out here, please?
Everybody.
And I just want to, so her
job, Mary Kate.
Okay, her job title is Member Success Manager. What that means is twofold. One, her job is to help our clients, our customers, the people that work with us, our members of our different groups. Her job is to help them produce more. And so that's why she's so integral to this process and our company as a whole.
I just want to let you know that the same way Ray shows up every day for Facebook Lives, he shows up for this team, for us. And it's a privilege to be with the Higdon Group. And whether you choose the job or you choose the mentorship, you're in a win-win situation.
Don't choose either, run.
You guys have already won to a degree for getting here, so congratulations. Play to win, and let's get this done.
She looks so nice and innocent, doesn't she?
She's awesome.
She's not.
What's your name? Where are you from? Why are you here? Why are you here? And so we'll start with you.
I'm
Case in point.
Helm, and I am from Dallas, Texas. He was battling colon cancer. I was diagnosed a few months ago. When you do alternative therapies, those things are not covered by insurance. Those things cost more money. I love the network marketing industry, and I want my business to grow and to flourish. So
I'm Claire. I'm from New Zealand, and
I love her.
Just a reminder, that I haven't seen this obviously, but just a reminder, we respect the contestants. They're not on here. We're not going to shame them. They're awesome for even doing something like this. Some of them might be out, some of them might be in. We just want to show full support for them because they're having to go through something that, I think what Julie Anderson said earlier was exactly right. You help people publicly talk about their trauma and use it to control them. And I think, in my opinion, Ray's doing that to these people. So, all respect to them. If any of them are watching, sorry you had to experience that. And we are here for Ray and Jess.
I'm here because you guys actually made me believe that everything is possible. My body told me not to do the competition. But if you fear it, then we've got to do it. There's reason in that.
How was your journey to get here?
28 hours total. Went to sleep at about 1 o'clock this morning, and pretty much gonna survive off coffee today. Thank you.
Hey guys, Michelle Culberson. I'm from Burns Lake, British Columbia, so it's 12 hours north of Vancouver.
Michelle, we love you.
You're adorable.
We love you so much.
I'm a single mom. I've been single with my 2 teenagers for the last 12 years. It was about 24 hours for me to get here. I have been an underachiever for a long time, and when I knew that there was an opportunity to work closely with you guys and to be amongst other people who were playing at the same level, that I had to do it. It's what's going to get me to step to the next level. So thank you for this opportunity. I'm really, really excited to be here. Playing to win.
Nice.
You're amazing, Michelle.
Hi,
Don't ever
I'm
forget
Stephanie
it.
Markstein from Westchester, Pennsylvania. I am a singer-songwriter guitarist.
I want to be able to use the vehicle of network marketing, make more of an impact with my music. I don't want that to be on the back burner anymore.
I have been really stuck. I haven't felt like I'm reaching my potential.
And
I've had a series of setbacks. I think I'm here to play to win.
Thank you for sharing. Hi, I'm Carrie Elrod, and I'm from Houston, Texas.
I was a teacher, school teacher, music for the last 17 years. I took a $58,000 pay cut to jump into network marketing, and it has been the biggest blessing ever.
I'm ready to take some risks and to enjoy the things that you do in life and just go out there and do them. Why not? What have you got to lose?
Christine
I don't know what the typing is.
From Perth, West Australia.
Oh,
Kirstie, Canadian born.
Sorry.
I've struggled with self-confidence, and so I know part of this for me is going to be to have some of my own breakthroughs around what I think that I'm capable of doing.
How long did it take you to get here?
25 hours.
I mean, Jules,
I was just about to pause it too.
Oh, heck yes. Good. I love when that happens. Like, we were all, they seem genuinely excited. Absolutely, they were. If I was still in network marketing and I was able to get on this show, I would be super excited too, because it's giving me airtime, and I'm working with Ray and Jess, and they're so awesome and throw up everywhere. But yeah, I believe they were genuinely excited. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else?
I think there was a comment up here that asked if they had to pay their way. Let me try to pin it. But somebody asked if they had to pay their way to this show, and Michelle said yes. So like airfare, all of that. I am assuming like food and everything was covered, but they had to pay their way to get here as well for this show.
Was food covered? I mean, like if it's like any other MLM or MLM, like an industry generic event or whatever, you pay for all of that, your own stuff, you know, your food, hotel, airfare, all of that stuff you pay for on your own.
So if there's any contestants that are willing to say what was covered and what wasn't, we would be interested in knowing.
Yeah.
Because again, that's a cost that's being associated here. They're already paying for their MLM, they're paying for rank makers, and now they're paying for the cost of this trip.
Yeah. Only food on the day they recorded. Here it is.
So this was
and Michelle. Oh, sorry.
I know. No, you're fine. So Michelle, just real quick question. We should have had Michelle on here if she felt comfortable doing it. But
here, I think there you go.
Was this all recorded in one day? Accommodations were covered. Okay. Interesting.
Right, good.
Yeah,
Julie. Ray likes to highlight those who make sacrifices for him. The Higdon group. Traveling great distances is worth attention from him. You know, the woman that traveled 28 hours, she paid probably thousands of dollars. I would bet so. That's a lot of money. Golly.
Yeah.
It is. And it just kind of strokes his ego, in my opinion, because he thinks that he's worth them traveling for, you know?
Exactly.
Well, in my opinion, I feel like he's after the story, because the story is that social proof that's going to bring in other rank makers and other contestants for the next whatever, you know? So I think that that's because he emphasizes story. He did the last time as people were sharing their vulnerable, you know, truths and stuff like that. And just from what people have told me that were a part of his group, that is encouraged. And in my opinion, when you are encouraged to share vulnerabilities, it's because those are something that can be manipulated. You're in a moment where you're feeling vulnerable and exposed, and then you have somebody that you've built, you feel like you could trust because you've spent time with this person, or, you know, those types of things. And it's to me, it's like a power manipulation type thing. So that's what I'm seeing.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Okay, 5 days. Okay, thanks, Michelle. I know, everybody love on Michelle for sure, and not in a weird, creepy MLM way, just in a stronger than you realize kind of way.
Yes.
Absolutely.
25 hours. Nice.
Hi everyone, my name is Tracy Cook. I'm from Perth, Western Australia. So I was at a crossroads turning mid-century of who am I? And people were talking around me, not to me, because I was older. And I thought, I'm not Nana in the corner.
Awesome. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
Good job. Ryan Johnson from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Took me 3.5 hours to get here, so I'm extremely just exhausted.
If I can win this, then I can pretty much do just about anything I put my mind to.
I'm a single father, so, you know.
How old's your daughter?
She's 10.
10.
Kids are expensive. Dance is expensive.
Girls are expensive.
Girls are expensive. Another thing why I'm super excited to be here is I get to sharpen my steel and forge the blade in the fiery depths of the Higdon group. So,
nice. I like it.
Super excited to be here.
Nice.
My name is Trip Knowles. I live in Connecticut. Father of 2 and husband of 18 years. I struggled a lot with labeling myself as an introvert, just not having very good people skills. You're not perfect. You're figuring things out. The last few years I've been unlocking things within myself I never knew was possible. And I feel like I'm showing my children what's possible. I want to show other people what's possible. And that's why I'm here, to take the risk, not know the outcome, but to play to win at the same time.
Awesome.
I love what each and every one of you said, but I didn't hear a whole lot of specifics. I heard a lot of vague answers, frankly. When we talk to you individually, we want to hear
vague
those
answers.
specifics.
So the very first challenge is we are going to interview each and every one of you individually. And so show up powerfully, show up strong, and show up and play to win.
He seems great.
Absolutely.
Hi, welcome.
Hi.
So can you state your full name and where you're from?
I will say this is my least favorite part of the entire thing, because this is where I see the most manipulation, like the rude reaction to them. Like, they're just so rude to these people. And I mean, these people, it seems as though they look up to them like mentors. I would think so. And if a mentor is sassing you and being a jerk, that's definitely not going to feel great. So I just don't like how they treat people in this section.
I hate this part. I was going to pause it and say I hate it. I hate this.
And it's like so self-serving. Like, it's all about what can you do for me?
That part.
When really they should be so grateful for each and every one of these contestants. Like, those who are paying for rank makers, they should be treating them like royalty. It's disgusting.
Yeah. By the way, before we hit play, are y'all following and subscribe to Kirstie's channel? Because if not, you should. You should go and subscribe. We just kind of jumped right into it. Everybody, this is Kirstie Flinger.
That's true. Hopefully you know who I am.
Yeah. If you don't
know
who she is, go subscribe. She's amazing.
I know Erin and I both shared some of her videos and stuff. And you've seen her definitely in the comment section. But yeah, we're here doing a live with her, and we're very excited. Very pumped.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm from Dallas, Texas.
So I couldn't help but notice your shirt. I don't know if you were wearing that earlier, but that you actually are going through cancer right now. Is that right?
Colon cancer I have.
Oh, wow.
Years ago, I was debilitated for probably about 4 or 5 years. My back just went out. It was deteriorating. Well, I started thinking, it's not going to get better. Like, I couldn't help you help me to get out of bed to go to the bathroom.
Wow.
I couldn't get up off the toilet on my own. I couldn't sit down on my own. My mom, she would have to try to help me. But with each movement was a scream. She couldn't, because it was just so painful for her. But it was more painful for me. Everybody who loved me was suffering so much. One day my daughter came to me and she was like, Mom, can you have the surgery? Because she was like, we never get to do anything. We don't go to the mall. We don't go, because I was in the bed constantly, all the time. And when she was like a junior in high school, every paper she wrote was always about me, the person who inspired me the most, the person who affected my life, whatever. And she wrote in there. I came home one day and she had this big bag of a purse. In there, she had a card that said Superwoman. Oh. And again, I was like, oh my God, she does love me.
And you had these surgeries just because your daughter asked.
Right.
What was the difference that you saw in your daughter?
What are these questions? Ugh.
It's disgusting.
Relief. Because for 5 years, she had to.
It's just like none of their damn business.
Right.
Like, absolutely.
Like, what does this have to do with the business side of things that they're talking about?
Yeah, exactly, Kirstie. Nothing. Like, seriously, this is just to get them to be vulnerable, get them to open up. And again, like, when people are in a vulnerable state, it's more easy to be manipulated, in my opinion. And also for the show, they just want drama. And I feel like this is the only way they can do it, by literally pulling it out of them and asking questions that are, frankly, none of their damn business. It's
I just want to hug this lady.
And they say over and over that they just want a good story, which is disgusting. Like, at least they can admit that. But so that's literally all they're doing here, I think, is just creating a story out of these contestants. And then they're going to take all the credit for whatever they achieve or do. It's disgusting.
Also,
I love this.
Go ahead, friend.
The only reason a business should know this is to make accommodations. Yes, that is the only reason someone should know about this. Okay, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Also, we realized that there's this video is going to be triggering to many people for many different reasons, because they're really, in my opinion, preying on the vulnerabilities like all three of us have already talked about, and many of you have talked about in the comments. And so please know that your mental health matters to all three of us. I will speak for all three of us because I know that that's very important to us. So if this is triggering for you, we appreciate you. Thank you for, for being here, but please put your mental health first. And if you are feeling triggered, this is a video to skip, just because we just basing it on the first episode that we watched. This is going to be really bad. I feel like
it's going to be really painful.
Yeah, we get it. We understand. And we love you all. All right, let's keep going.
What?
I think we hit it at the same time.
Like that.
Since I've been diagnosed with colon cancer, I have not cried, not one time. And when they asked me, how did that affect my daughter? That broke me down a little bit.
I haven't cried about the cancer, but I cried about how did my daughter feel, and so, yeah, I lost my thoughts.
When something traumatic happens in your life, and we found this for a lot of people that we work with, it can be all-consuming. It affects your business. You can't let this happen, and you can't just sweep it under the rug. So
I'm just curious, are you, would you more go for the job or the coaching?
Coaching.
The coaching.
My long-term vision is my business and impacting more lives. Short-term vision, the job for me is impacting me.
Convince us, why would we want to work with you? Why would we want you as a client?
I can touch many different lives. Single mother, African-American woman, chronic illness, chronic pain.
When we, or quite frankly, anyone asks you, how are you going to do that? We want to hear specifics. We want to know, how are you going to do that? How are you going to do the thing that you just said you were going to do?
I will put my mindset at the top of everything.
Last question. What do you think? What do you think your daughter will say if you win?
I knew you'd do it.
What's her name?
Tara.
Tara. Very nice.
Mm-hmm. My previous work had a massive structure change, and I had taken mental health leave, just had really taken a beating.
Mental health leave, can you?
We love you, Michelle.
Stress leave at work. I actually am not allowed to say a lot of details about that, just legally.
Why can't you say it legally?
I've signed a document saying that I won't discuss what.
Hey, Jess, shut up. It doesn't matter. It's none of your business, and she just can't say it. It is literally none of your business.
Right. And she's probably going to keep prying too.
Oh,
my word.
Yeah.
She's got to get the story.
Mm-hmm. Ray doesn't give a shit about anyone or anything except his ego, his brand, and his bank account. Oof. Amen. Absolutely.
That went down.
Gotcha. So that you've signed a document.
Just kind of leaves us in the dark.
What was once the second largest employer in my community of about 2,800 people went from, I guess we had about 90 some employees down to 17. I was one of those 17 employees that was left. So basically I ended up walking out the door. I ended up quitting. I had launched a harassment complaint. I can say that.
Okay.
And then not successful in that, and
decided to take legal action.
It was really a non-resolution, I guess is what I can say. I've been off on mental health leave and then was forced back to work, even with 2 separate doctor's notes.
So that's the same job.
Same job,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And previously, how long had you worked for them?
9 years.
9 years.
How was any of this relevant?
This happened how long ago?
No one.
First leave I went on was April 2016, and then that was in August. I went back to work, and then the environment continued to decline.
And the previous 8 years, you hadn't had any issues with the company?
No. I was considered a model employee, somebody that they wanted on the teams. I'd promoted up through the business.
I want to know your personal story because it's going to tell me how you're going to show up in business. Your story can sometimes be more important than your resume. This story is making me a little nervous about Michelle.
What does it mean to you being here?
It's just like, dude, this for me, further than I ever thought I'd go. So it means a lot. It means that there's a lot more that I can do that I never thought possible.
Do you believe that you're worthy of that?
Just pausing it so I can read it without interruption. The Higdon Group is a joke of a company. Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
She's like, because Michelle went through all of this and had to deal with all of this, she's like, I don't know about her. What do you mean? You don't even know anything about the situation because legally you can't. Like,
mm-hmm.
Oh, stop it.
And part of me wonders, like, if like I'm just insinuating or guessing, but if they're kind of worried because Michelle seemingly is fighting back against her company, like I'm wondering if maybe they're seeing her standing up for herself as a threat. She doesn't seem as moldable.
She's not coachable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's going to stand up for herself. And I think that's
As she
intimidating to them.
We stand Michelle, by the way.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Hashtag Team Michelle. Yeah, I Kirstie, that's incredible point, because red flag for them, right? Not as easy to manipulate.
Absolutely.
Golly.
Does she win that success?
I'll be honest, working on it. There's days I get up and I just think, oh, you suck. And there's days that I get up and I think, no, I don't suck. I'm awesome. And I know that I'm worthy logically.
You are
And
awesome.
there's those other pieces that come in sometimes.
As you're aware, there's a lot of people competing for the job. Convince us. Why are you the choice as the coaching client we want to pick?
Because I'm going to win.
Why are you going to win?
Why am I going to win? Because I'm terrified already. I don't know if you can see how shaking I am. I've been terrified all day. And despite that, I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to quit on you as a client. I'm not going to quit on myself because I'm not quitting on my kids. So that's why.
You don't have to be terrified right now. It's okay. But thank you for putting that out there.
We are teaching you how to get what you want in life. And so when I say, convince me that you're the choice, that doesn't mean make me feel bad. I want to hear skills. I want to hear action steps. I want to hear what you're going to do, not.
You literally asked her.
I keep muting myself. When I do that, JJ, everyone says I'm pulling a JJ. When I like go off on tangents, then they're like, you're muted.
Oh my gosh.
But I find this so hypocritical because he's literally prying for this information to feel bad, to make the viewer feel bad.
And there's like, oh, make us feel bad. Well, what?
Does anybody find the space between the two of them in this video odd?
It is strange.
Yeah, I don't know why it's set up that way. I think that is a bit odd.
It is odd, isn't it? Like if you're gonna do a video, like
more organized, you know. Anyway, yes, and yes to all of that.
Karina,
you tiny pickle man! I cannot stand him. Oh my gosh.
Michelle said something interesting. There were my words are cut off. There were so much cut and change. The editing definitely isn't the way the conversation went down. Yeah, so they manipulated it into what they wanted to portray.
Yes.
Disgusting. Not surprising.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Also, even though they manipulated that way, they still look like the assholes. 100%.
Absolutely.
Like to someone who is logical and like watching this from outside of the MLM atmosphere, it's still like, leave her alone. Like, this is not normal. You shouldn't be asking this stuff.
How bad off the story is, and everyone gets this wrong.
We heard that 50 was a big marker for you.
Definitely.
Can you talk about that and about what 50 was like?
When I actually turned 50, I had a light bulb moment. I've had to reevaluate who I am.
On the night of my 50th birthday, after we had the celebration, I went back to the hotel room. Everyone had gone to bed and I was standing on the balcony and I actually broke down about it. More than halfway through my life, what have I done with my life? I'm the one that organises everything. And I thought, when did I take some time out for me? I had wasted so much time.
I don't know if this was after turning 50 or before, but then you found out that you had cancer.
I was brought up in an era where you suck it up and you put your big girl pants on and you don't tell people your problems and you just get on with it. Still testing positive for the markers and we don't know where, so I don't know how long I've got left. So I've got to make the most out of absolutely everything that I've got at the moment.
How has that changed your perspective?
When you're faced with that situation, there was no window to doubt. I had that revelation standing on that balcony that I wanted to leave more, I wanted to be more, I wanted to do more, I wanted to give back and let my children and grandchildren see that.
I have high hopes for Tracy. You know, I share my story, and sharing my story helps me do what I do, helps me.
But do you tell the whole story, Ray, or do you just tell parts of it?
No.
Do you tell what company you were a part of? before? Companies? No. No, you just share the parts that you feel are going to get people to become like your part of your rank makers. That's called lying by omission. That's what that is.
Connect with people, and if you're brave and you're willing to share your story, it can do the same for you. Being vulnerable and sharing your story can attract people to you and really inspire people as well.
Would you pick the coaching or the job, or what would you do?
Is the job in the US or Australia?
You could be in Australia.
I think it would be absolutely fantastic to work for the Higdon Group. Now that I've broken myself right down, I need to rebuild.
Okay.
And I see that as a way of rebuilding.
I'm not a fluff person. I don't like a bleeding heart. I don't really tell a lot of people because I don't want to get a sympathy vote. You know what I mean? I don't do that, but that always, pulls a heartstring with me for sure.
I was a teacher for 17 years, and towards the end of my career became pretty miserable.
What was miserable?
Miserable.
I was a teacher.
It's almost, when I first started teaching, it really wasn't that bad. The kids were not as negative or disrespectful, but as I got further into my career, the kids became more disrespectful. I felt like I was taking verbal abuse on a daily basis for about the last 2 years of my career. My husband wanted me to stay in it so that we could just have a paycheck.
I can totally relate to that, and that being somewhere you don't want to be and having your family pushing you to do that at the same time, that's got to be really hard.
It was hard. It felt like money came before our family. And while money can do great things for your family, that was not doing great things for our family.
How did what you were going through affect your relationship with your daughter?
I was missing out because all I wanted to do was go home and go to bed.
Hell yeah.
I didn't want to do things with her. I was tired. I was grumpy.
You guys, the sex bots are here. So
no.
Just
they haven't been in our last few.
Oh man.
Just keep an eye out.
Also,
know whose channel it's on.
If you're just listening and not watching, this is Carrie, and Michelle said it's one of her dear friends, and she's out now. She's not in MLM anymore. So that's why I was like, heck yeah.
That's so great.
Wow.
She seems like such a sweetheart.
Oh, yes,
Agreed.
absolutely.
I just feel like these people have these incredibly beautiful stories, and it's like this light around them sharing their story, and then Ray and Jessica talk, and it's like bah, bah, bah. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, you're so right.
Entertaining them
I didn't want to be that mom.
There's something specific that I heard about your story that you're not sharing now, because there are so many people out there who don't have self-worth. And for this show and the Higdon Group, it really comes down to a matter of self-worth. And so can you speak to that and how you're going to get over that and what happened there and how you would inspire others?
So actually, that was when I was a teenager. My parents got divorced when I was 12, and neither one of them wanted me to live with them. My dad and my stepmom would leave me with like $50 and frozen burritos in the refrigerator, and they'd leave for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. They would always leave, so I decided that one day I was just...
What Erin said with an A. If she's leaving it out, don't ask.
Seriously.
This is not something that, no. Obviously, like, it is emotionally triggering for her, just like triggering in general. And I would feel the same way if that were my case. Like, this is not something that you talk about. But again, in my opinion, it's the vulnerability, it's the breaking down, it's the, easier to manipulate when they're in this vulnerable state.
And I think that they're trying to like make her think that they are going to fill that void for her. They're going to be the ones that give her that feeling of home or belonging. It's disgusting.
It's all gross. Has nothing to do with running a business. Not a thing.
Mm-mm.
Not at all.
I was going to take a bottle of pills, and it wasn't because I wanted to die. It was because I...
Trigger warning talks of unaliving. So if you need to hop off for a second, I get it. I'm going to give you a moment to hop off, and then we're going to keep going. I totally understand that.
I wanted somebody to care for me, to pay attention.
Thank you for sharing that. And the reason we ask is we want you to share that in the future. If you pick the mentoring and the coaching,
Jessica, shut
we
up.
want you to share that with people because so many have gone through the same thing.
If you win, right, are you picking job or coaching?
I would like the coaching.
Convince us. Why should you win?
I should win because I can show others that you can overcome a lot to get where you want to be in life.
Your personal story is important, but it's not the reason that somebody wants to work with you. We want to know, what are you going to do for the Higdon Group? What skills do you possess that are going to work for us and our company?
Raise face.
That's what you choose, job.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, working for you guys would be a learning experience. My business fell apart when I had some team go to another company.
Why did you lose that team?
I think I was not.
Okay, it's her fault apparently. That's why did you lose that team? What do you mean?
Seriously.
Let's talk about some of the reasons that people go to other companies. Bridge contracts, Megan.
New companies, the when you hop into a brand new company, you are likely to be at the tippy top pretty quickly. For some people who were especially already, sorry, that was loud, who already had a team in another company that they take with them.
Yep. I hate it.
And people just leave. Like, that's the thing that is not talked about, is you have to constantly be re-recruiting, or because your team is constantly falling off. So
exactly.
Just gross.
A very good leader to my team. I was doing a lot of things that you talk about in Rank Makers. I hadn't built a really strong foundation with the team.
When was the big dip?
Maybe 2015, 16.
Now you know new things.
Yes.
So you know better culture.
Yes.
How come you haven't built back?
Sometimes I think maybe I spend too much time marketing and not enough time prospecting.
How would we know that you would stay on task and help us expand our brand?
Well, because I would have made that commitment to you.
You make the commitment to your current company?
Yes, I did. So I don't know.
And I just
backed
myself completely into a corner. And they're just asking some tough questions that I can answer.
I love you, but not this.
They asked you invasive questions that they knew would trigger you. They knew it would trigger you. They wanted you to get emotional and be hurt.
And he doesn't love her?
No, absolutely not. Also, I'm going to back that up so we can hear all of that in like one go.
Yeah, but before you do, if he really felt that way, he would be like, in my opinion, he would be leaning in, making eye contact and be there to support her in this. He'd be making eye contact. He'd be like, I love you. It's okay. You're in a safe place. This is not a safe place. He doesn't love her. And just like the question, hey, what can you do for the Higdon Group? It doesn't.
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with these individuals and everything to do with, is your story going to sell so we can bring in more rank makers, get more people to events, and essentially make more money for us? What can you do for us? Oh,
yes. It's so gross. Okay, let's see. I want to hear that.
And they're just asking some tough questions that I can answer.
I love you, but this is not a solid pitch. Like, what would you do for the Higdon Group?
I think the answer is you're not sure at this point.
Not sure.
Yeah,
right.
Not sure. Maybe I should have said coaching.
Because obviously you need coaching. I'm so not desperate. I know what I'm doing. I have the skills. I'm fucking brave.
How badly do you need this?
Yes,
well,
you are
if
brave.
I am not at
you
back
are.
up to my 6-figure income by December, okay, then I will need to go look to bring in some additional income.
If you're not there by December, what's going to happen?
So we can't move back to North America until our businesses are solid.
We want to be convinced, not told all about you. Everybody thinks that we want to hear all about them, and that's not the case.
That is a joke. That's a joke, right? Because they literally ask all invasive questions about them.
That part.
Kirstie, that giggle was like literally how I felt. like a scoff, you know? It's like, for real? Like, really? Like, we're here watching this too. You know that, right? Like, we see it.
I can't handle. Yeah, it's just gross. There's no other words for this.
It's like, look at all these comments. Like, but you ask about them, so stop asking about them. You ask about their stories, but you ask them, you freaking moron.
It's the mental gymnastics for me. Like, what can you do for us? Tell me your story. What can you do for us? Tell me your story. Oh, that's not good enough. You know,
like,
are
tell
you
me
in
your
for the
story.
coaching, or do you want to work for the Higdon Group? No, thank you. Like, oh,
None of the above. Tell me your story, but not too much. That's right, Chelsea. But you're asking about their story. My God, I'm so pissed. Yeah. Julie Anderson says it's the bite model bingo going on right now. That is 100%. That is
literally that we should have done that for this. Next video, we might have to do bite model bingo.
Yeah, that would make it a lot more fun to do, I guess.
My God.
What are you going to do to help the Higdon Group? Convince us what you're going to do.
Why do you want to win?
Man,
What Kirstie said, it's more your story isn't marketable. That's good. I like that.
The publicity I would personally get for me and my business.
One thing that kind of, bugs me a little bit is, people that are positive, they don't describe their past experience in such a negative way, like at your job. How long have you been in that job?
3 years.
Why didn't you affect the culture? If you're optimistic and positive, why didn't you do something about it?
I believe I did.
But you still left saying those guys suck. You said culture sucked, job sucked, everyone sucked there.
I didn't fit in. They're good people. They're good people.
Why would you fit in here? Like, if we're working with you as a client, just so you know, our clients are like family members.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we qualify clients. Like, we want to know, can we create a story with someone or can we not?
Yes.
I bet he is.
And so,
I bet he is funny.
Why would you fit in with some of our other clients?
So it's literally like,
I love this because it wasn't his job to change the culture. He wasn't being paid to change the culture.
I love that he said we qualify clients. Do you, or do you just take their money and add them to your group? Like, Ray.
Oh my gosh, Michelle said, and Ray can't stand that Ryan doesn't take himself seriously. Yeah.
working hand in hand with somebody that's cut from the same fabric as you.
So you're a positive person around other positive people. That's not a positive person. That's, if I'm around uplifting people, then I'm a great person.
Then you're
but most, you positive people are Viktor Frankl, right? Who's in Nazi concentration camp, wrote Man's Search for Meaning. Seeing people die all around him, stayed positive the whole time. That's a
here's the instant anger.
Hold on. Sorry, give me 1 second. Oh, no.
That's, if I'm around uplifting people, then I'm a great person. Then you're not.
Yes.
And
I wish you would try to yell at me.
Like that's why would you fit in with some of our other clients?
So it's literally like working hand in hand with somebody that's cut from the same fabric as you.
So you're a positive person around other positive people. That's not a positive person. That's, if I'm around uplifting people, then I'm a great person.
Then you're
but most you positive people are Viktor Frankl, right? Who's in Nazi concentration camp, wrote Man's Search for Meaning. Seeing people die all around him, stayed positive the whole time. That's a positive person.
Right.
Not someone I had.
I have to let all those things go that I can't say out loud, and like let the ones come in that I can say out loud.
Text me the stuff you can't say out loud.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do it in our group.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm actually a little triggered by Ray's reaction because I've had experience with people like him.
I have something to show you that you have to try.
Oh my God.
What is it, baby?
Oh my God.
That little voice.
That was
Did we just say the same thing?
Yes. That was so cute.
She brought me Jello. Do you want to say hi, baby?
Awesome.
That's
Hi.
so nice of you. Hi.
This is Madeline. She's basically my mini me.
She definitely looks like your twin.
Yes, for sure. Oh, she's too cute.
Thank you. Thanks for the Jello, baby.
I love this comment right here. The mask slipped and they left it in.
Yeah. I think he thinks it's this some kind of like alpha male like moment. You know, I think it's like him trying to intimidate this other guy because he feels threatened by him. I really believe it's because Ray Ray feels threatened by the person that he gets angry with. So it's like when dogs like are coming to each other and one dog like acts like they're about to be mean, the other dog should take a step back.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like a barking chihuahua.
Yeah, the dog's not actually going to bite, but they're intimidated by the other dog, so they like they let them know that they're intimidated by like a jab, you know, or like a something rude, a snarl.
It reminds me of a barking chihuahua. I like chihuahuas, don't get me wrong, but when somebody comes to the door and they're like, bah, 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 you know, they're not going to do anything. They're just making a lot of noise, and that feels relevant to this conversation here.
Michelle said, keep in mind, this is on camera. Imagine what it's like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Julie. I mean, that's what I'm seeing here. I do with that information what you will.
He reminds me of other men that we've had to deal with that are MLMs that go off on us. Like, he doesn't know how to handle his emotions and how to properly work through them. Now, obviously, I'm not perfect either, but I don't do that. I've learned how to handle mine. I don't do this. And I think that we've seen a lot of men in MLMs, and of course women, but mostly men who get angry, you know, who like that dog like snarls for a second because of the intimidation. They just don't know how to handle that emotion and how to handle the situation.
Yeah. And I don't think that this guy that we're watching can be intimidated. He doesn't it doesn't feel like he's intimidated. It feels like he's kind of standing his own ground. So he can't be broken down the way that we've seen Ray and Jessica attempt to break down other people. He's kind of like laid back about it, but like, hey, I'm in it. You know, he has a good sense of who he is, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my
absolutely.
God. Charlene.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of intimidating also to Ray because like he's not molding into who Ray wants him to be. Like he's still being playful. He's still being fun. And I think Ray thinks that like maybe he's not taking Ray seriously. And
because he
doesn't like it.
Yeah. So I would what?
That
are you
comment?
giggling at? Which comment?
Charlene's like a bull?
Like a bull? Like a bull, Charlene. Wow, that's so good. There was something I wanted to talk about really quick.
While you're looking,
I love what RGB18 says because they're not even negative emotions. There is no like moral. We don't need to give emotions morality. It's what you do with them, right? You know, like anger, happy, sad, like, you know, all that different stuff. We are all valid in having those emotions. It's how do you handle those emotions? How do you portray them? That's when the issue comes. And I think Ray might have a little issue portraying them, or maybe he knows exactly what he's doing and chooses to be seen this way because he thinks it's intimidating. I don't know. Not sure.
And those guys all suck.
Easy, babe. Easy.
I'm just saying.
Understood. I get where you're going with that.
Even
He's
Jess
testing me.
knew.
He's bringing out some points that I never realized before.
Why was the choice to get a part-time job and stay home versus bust your ass to make it work?
We were comfortable with my wife working, and we were comfortable with me staying home.
We're not giving out a job like for the needy. Oh, this person really needs a job. Let's help them out. We want someone to come in here and kick ass. People in our company kick ass. You're asking us, please come up with a job that fits around my schedule and my needs. And I mean, it just doesn't sound right.
I think.
So Would you choose the coaching or would you choose to work with Higdon Group?
I think I might take the job.
Convince us. Why would we hire you with everything you've just told us? You're not over it, you said, and you're not sure if you want to take the job.
I know I have a lot to offer. I have a lot of energy and I have a lot of heart. My mantra is all in all the time. And so when I decide to do something, I am hyper focused. I am, vigilant about doing what I need to do. I'm consistent, I'm driven, I'm motivated.
Why do you want to win? This rainforest that I went to in Brazil has like 5% of it left. Deep within me, that's my passion, is the environment. I've always wanted to do more, and money's always been the reason why I haven't. When this opportunity came up, every single part of me actually felt like I couldn't do it. Like, it just put the fear of God into me. So I guess...
And where does that fear come from?
I still have this belief that my story's not important to be heard.
Just wondering if you could share that with us. You don't have to walk us through the experience, but what exactly happened and...
So
You don't have to walk us through the experience, but what exactly happened?
Seriously.
By the way, Erin,
there was no choice.
Yeah, you literally have no choice. You don't have to explain to us what happened, but tell us exactly what happened. It just
everything, all the details.
It's so funny. Oh my God, Dave, this is funny. My life ever. Oh my God. This is double speak. Yeah, this is definitely double speak. Tell us everything. Yeah, this is pretty rough, y'all. This is rough. Erin, you missed a funny part. I'm just gonna rewind it a couple seconds so you could.
You just want my reaction?
Where does that fear come from?
I still have this belief that my story's not important to be heard.
Just wondering if you could share that with us. You don't have to walk us through the experience, but what exactly happened and...
You don't have to walk us through the experience, but what exactly happened?
It's just as funny the second time.
It really is. It really is. Dr. Peppa. We love that.
Oh my word.
The manipulation is angry face, angry face, angry face. And I think everyone has the right to feel angry about this. I think everyone obviously has the right to feel every emotion. But if you're feeling angry, hell yeah, because I'm feeling a little angry too.
We need Erin's loud face for that one.
Yeah. It's making all of them
So when I was in university, I got a year abroad. I got to go to South America and teach English. And when I was away on that trip, I actually was drugged and raped.
Okay, so
trigger warning.
That obviously we weren't ready for that one because wow. If you need a moment to hop off, your moment is right now. I'm giving you that moment right now.
Let's talk about this too while people are taking a moment if they need to hop off. Oh God, the sex bots are back.
Oh man.
No. Oh, who got him? Who blocked him?
That was quick. Wow, you were ready.
I think there was multiple people actually. Jennifer says, I just want every rank maker to see this so badly. This is so disgusting. Watching this again, when it aired, I thought it was so helpful. And I think it's really, yes, I agree with that comment completely, Jennifer. I hope that many rank makers see this, but what I hope really happens is the filter that they're used to looking through, because they're in an MLM and they're fully indoctrinated, in my opinion, many of them, not all of them. But I hope they're able to look at it without that filter. And they're able to see this for what it really, truly is. Because once you get out of an MLM and you really start to look at what's going on, you see things completely different than what you do in an MLM. And it's just because you're indoctrinated. For example, and JJ and I have talked about this a lot. Had I not left my MLM when I did, many of your favorite creators would be covering videos that I would be doing. And I would be the one that, I know it's weird to say, but it's true. I would be the one that would be coming for them in the comments. I'd be the one that would be, defending my former leader and my company. And it's a part of this process, because when you're in an MLM, you really truly do believe that, you are doing the right thing. You really truly do believe that you are running a business that you're in control of, that you have time freedom. You really do think, hey, I've got financial freedom because I'm able to order these new products that come out. I see money coming in, but they're very good at not, I don't want to say not letting you, but creating the chaos and the smoke screen so you don't actually see what's going on until you step away. So my hope in this video, in our commentary, is that the rank makers that are currently paying Ray for, in my opinion, his garbage coaching, that they really, hot garbage, that they see the manipulation, that they're able to see this for what it truly is, and they're able to take those steps to get out. I know that was very long-winded, but
well, don't worry.
It's so important. It's so important.
I have something to add to it. What's so interesting is, sorry if you can hear my dog. She is barking at somebody outside because she thinks she's big shit. What's interesting is
sounds familiar.
Oh, I know. Oh no, Iris, no. I don't want her to be like Ray. So in multi-level marketing, in that like network marketing hemisphere, these people are celebrities. Ray and Jess are kind of celebrities. And so when you see people like them, and when people like them talk to you or mentor you or shit on you, they're always right. They're never wrong. And that's kind of like the mask we have to pull down here, is they are not always right. They are not perfect. What they're doing is not okay. And I think that's what happens with people in MLMs. Like when we call out their top leader and they're like, blah, 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 you know, they get upset because they're trying to defend their leader. And it's like, wait, they can both be successful and saying something really shitty. Like both of those things can coexist. And I think that's one of those things that, you know, we try to do is take that mask off, you know, take those glasses off of like, just because you see them as a celebrity, literally nobody else outside of MLMs do. Like nobody knows who they are. Nobody cares who they are. Just because you see them as a celebrity doesn't mean they can't do things incorrectly and do things almost in an abusive way, in my opinion. Treated almost as Hollywood status. Yes.
Yeah.
Every rank maker thought getting years coaching from Ray would make us top earners. Yeah.
Probably because he promised it. And like one thing I also want to mention here is that they don't deserve this treatment. I feel like with Ray in particular, I feel like he makes you think that this is tough love and that you need this and that this is your wake-up call. And they don't deserve to be treated like this, and they don't deserve anything that happened to them, whether they were on this show or just in rank makers in general. The way he talks to people is unacceptable.
Agreed. Also, for any rank makers that are watching this quietly or watching the replay, I think it's important as you are watching this, watch how, when and if Ray addresses this video in the group without mentioning all of us, because I know how he operates. Look at how he frames this. What we are pointing out is the fact that these people are being manipulated by telling a very vulnerable and in many times traumatic story. And then they're flipping it and saying, tell us what you can do for the Ray Higdon group. I need you guys to just sit with that for a second, because when you're in an MLM, and from what people have shared with me about being in rank makers, you don't pause, you react. So when somebody says, hey, Ray said this or did that, or Jess did this or did that or whatever, and you immediately go to defend them. Before you go to defend them, pause for a second and think about your personal experience. Pause for a second and ask yourself, well, is this something that is really happening? Or, you know, just pause and reflect for just a second before you react. And you can get in any of our inboxes. I know Julie Anderson feels the same way. I know Jennifer feels the same way. I'm sure Michelle feels the same way. You can message any of these people, and it's a safe place for you to ask those questions.
Yeah,
I want to stress that.
That's great. I think Michelle So if you hopped in or like recently, Michelle is on this current episode that we're watching. She says, absolutely. I always thought he knew better than me. I let go of my own trust, instinct, and handed it over. He's a brilliant manipulator. I absolutely.
It takes a while for you to put the pieces back together to understand what has really happened. And
you say that so nonchalantly right now. I mean, I'm sure that was extremely traumatic for you.
Yeah. Sorry.
Don't say sorry.
Like, I asked that question, why me? Like a million times, like, about what happened, like, why me? And that was a bad thing, and now it's like a good thing, like, why me? It just stopped my life from turning around, like, it was like,
Thank you for sharing.
Don't you dare hug her.
Thank you for sharing that.
This is what they do, is they get them broken down to their most vulnerable. I'm going to say this throughout this entire life. They break them down to their most vulnerable so that they're easier to manipulate. I mean, when you're triggered, it's easier for you to get upset, do something like listen. I mean, when you're triggered, it's easier to be manipulated, just straight up. And I hate, first off, this is not something that you publicly share unless you want to publicly share it. She did not go into this room thinking that she would publicly share that at all.
Exactly.
And the fact that they pushed it out of her.
And like her, Jessica's like response, like if you truly cared about her, one, you wouldn't air this. Like this would be not aired publicly, but also, hold on, I lost my train of thought.
She would have respected her boundaries.
Yeah, and thank you for sharing. I feel like that just truly is not a very compassionate answer. I feel like there should have, I don't know.
I feel like if it were me interviewing somebody that was sharing this, I feel like I'd be like, we need to cut here. Like we need to cut and pause for a little bit, and maybe, well, one,
let's
I feel like
drink of water. You know, let's go take a walk.
Maybe they should have professionals. You know, like therapists, you know, that can help some of these people in these moments if they really truly cared about these people, because Ray and Jessica are not qualified to do any of this stuff that they're doing. And if they really truly cared about these people, one, they would be respecting their boundaries, just like Kirstie was saying. But also it's kind of like they would have professionals on staff if they knew that they were going to bring up trauma and some of these really hard things that these people are sharing. It's not about people, it's about profit. We see it in MLMs, and in my opinion, Ray and Jessica are not in any different. It's really about what these people and their stories can do to move them forward. And when I say them, I mean Ray and Jessica and their bank accounts.
Michelle said they intentionally re-traumatized all of us without any care or consideration for the individual. There was zero follow-up with any of the contestants.
Michelle, you are one of the strongest people I have ever met in my entire life for going through this, watching it, and being in the comments answering our questions.
Absolutely.
Incredible. Thank you.
if you think of your life like a wheel going round, mine just stopped turning. Like, it just stopped turning, and I just was living in fear, like fear for years and years and years. I don't want to live in that fear anymore. I could never see people for who they were anymore. Like, I would see like an ulterior motive in everyone, like whether it be somebody I'd known my whole life or like a stranger on the street. It was just changed how I looked at people. It all went out of balance.
What would you choose? Would you choose the working with us or the coaching, or?
Hands down, the coaching.
If you decide to do the coaching and you create a life of success, or if you chose the job or the $5,000, what would you do with that if you're struggling right now?
This would change my life. You know, to be able to look at my girls and know that like their little lives, are in your hands, and I want to be able to move into a house so that we're not all crammed into this tiny space. I want them.
So your story is incredible. We're rooting for you. But at the end of the day, we all have to push through. convince me, why should we hire you?
Because I will do whatever it takes. Whatever comes next, I will do whatever it takes to do whatever it takes.
Okay.
Got it. Now, I don't know if disappointment is the right word, but I don't feel like anyone truly followed the directions from this morning, no.
And you specifically said...
I specifically said be specific.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that anybody was super specific. Nobody, except for one person, gave a specific, this is what I can do for the Higdon group. And she wanted coaching. And so I thought that was really interesting. Michelle was the only one who specifically said, I want, I want to give you guys a good story, basically, for your coaching, and I won't quit on you as a client. And so made it about us. I would say the second person that I liked, because I liked her attitude.
They just said the quiet part out loud. And made it about us. There it is. That's right.
I liked some of the things that she said. Tracy from Australia, I liked her. Kim, I liked Kim's attitude. I liked that she had a really clear vision. And she said why she doesn't want the job. She said, I don't want the job because it's a short-term vision for her.
I liked it that she has such a varied story. Like, she could resonate with a lot of different people.
I didn't like that Christine had no answers when we asked her what she wanted the job for, why we should pick her, or what she should do.
Well, she has since changed her mind. She says she wants the coaching, but she kind of seems pissed off.
She probably is.
She seems a little upset.
She's probably mad at herself.
To me, Tripp not playing full out. Just very easy to see that. And honestly, I was a little too nice to him. Yeah, I was a little too nice. You know, Clara, I like her story.
No, you weren't. You were a complete jerk to him. Also, he's so intimidated by Tripp. Tripp is kind. Tripp seems like a great person. I think someone mentioned that earlier, that Tripp is awesome. And it seems like...
sorry. Oh, my word.
Go ahead.
He just said he liked her story. Her traumatic, awful story. That is disgusting. Sorry, I'm really mad.
No, I mean, it is absolutely horrific.
Don't ever apologize.
I mean, just, that's one of those things, like, you sit there and you go, imagine you tell your story and someone says, I liked that story for,
I can use that story to my advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Remember at the beginning of this, I said he chases stories based off just what people have shared with me, based off of episode 1. He really wants a story so that it creates this huge thing to sell more memberships and whatever product he's pushing out that was probably created from one of the rank makers. For example, like the TikTok courses that Julie Anderson has talked about. You guys may or may not know, but like she blew up on TikTok. She embraced it and was like, hey, this is a new thing. I'm going to try it. And he was like, yeah, whatever. And she exploded and has this incredible following. And then he was like, hey, can you mention me? And now he offers TikTok courses. And I'm like, you are such a walking hypocrite. It's unbelievable. He's chasing stories. That's it.
Yep.
Carrie, man, that story of her being left alone, that just really got me. I mean, like, that's, I mean, that's a tough story. I thought it was really amazing that Claire, went to, South America to teach, had that very horrible experience, but yet if she had more money, she would be giving to a South American charity.
Really?
No.
That's not it. I mean, I can't even pretend to know what that's like to go through it.
But to make this trip, to apply for it, to jump through all the hoops, and not have boom, like especially the job people. If I want a job here, and you ask me why should I hire you, I'm gonna say, boom, your social media right here. I'm gonna change the analytics. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Here's your 3-year plan. Boom, boom. I'm gonna give you 50 things.
Right. In my opinion, your TikToks suck.
So bad.
Your social media in general is garbage, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That you're gonna say, oh my God, I need to hire this person like right now. Let's end the competition.
Very evident, because a few different times I was standing there like, if I was going for a job, this is a job interview. You can't forget that.
Right.
You know?
This is a job interview that you spent money to interview, right? This isn't like, you moseyed on down the road.
And maybe traveled 28 or 25 hours. Yeah.
And you can't answer the question of why.
It is interesting, and half don't know. Don't know if they want the coaching.
So I don't know
or
if
the
they just
job.
want the experience of just hanging with us because they dig our stuff. I
We're
kind of
pretty
feel
cool.
that.
We're pretty cool.
Super cool.
Of course you would think that.
I mean, I kind of feel like there's more of
In this
let's
group.
hang.
Let's hang
with these guys versus let's actually take this seriously. All right, so we got to bring them back in there, and it's clear that a lot of them aren't taking it seriously. We got to kick some ass, and we're going to take them into the next challenge.
Well, you can kick their ass.
Okay. One of the goals for anyone that even participates in this is for them to get better at playing to win in their life. The best coaches we've ever had kicked our ass and challenged us. If you want to be good at sales or marketing, it's knowing who are you trying to close? Who are you trying to get? And what is it that they want? How do I make it a no-brainer for them to pick me? One person actually had a good answer, and that was Michelle. The only person. Everyone else was all about them. That's why you're not making a lot in sales. That's why you're not getting what you want.
Wait. So if they're talking about them, they're not making a lot in sales, but this entire thing, Ray wants you to tell your story so he can make more sales.
And so people can relate to you.
Yep.
Tell me you don't know what you're doing without telling me you don't know what you're doing. Or maybe you do. Maybe this is a very intentional manipulation. He must be exhausted at the end of the day. What?
You think that your need dictates what the world should respond to, and that's not the way it works. It doesn't work that way. You got one day. So I have to leave you equipped and weaponized and bulletproof so you go out into the world and hit up in a good way. Some people say just showing up is enough. Showing up is better than most. So if you want a life that's better than most, then showing up is critical. But if you show up and you truly play to win, you'll create a life that's unheard of. I want that for you. I want you guys to be absolute world changers, and you can if you start showing up to play to win. Play to win. This is just a microcosm of what's going on in your life. How do you show up and truly want that win? Some of y'all traveled very far. Some of you spent thousands of dollars to be here. But you can't tell us why you're the clear winner. Is that helpful? Success isn't not making a mistake.
I love when he asks if
you're
it's
gonna get
helpful.
the punch to the face. You're gonna f it up. You're gonna have things that don't go your way. It's how long do you stay in that valley? And so I hope you pick it up fast. So our next challenge, you're gonna have 5 minutes. Okay, you have 5 minutes. I want you to pick 2 leaders. That's the only directions I'm gonna give you. But at the end, you got 5 minutes to pick 2 leaders out of you. I'm not giving you any more details. So go ahead. Good luck. Ready, set, go. Yep.
Pick 2 leaders.
I volunteer for you. All right.
Let's do it.
So I hear we got two leaders.
That was fast.
2 leaders.
Trip and Michelle.
Okay. Awesome. 2 of you. We're going to go out this door, and the rest you guys can just hang here. All right.
How is no one taking this more seriously? How is nobody showing up and fighting for it? Why aren't they fighting for it?
It's crazy. They know we're going to pick one person.
Because maybe you guys haven't created a clear enough picture of the value you're offering these people. Isn't that something he says?
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe it's not a them problem. Maybe it's a you problem. Maybe you guys need to just, paint a clear picture of the value because nobody's seeing it.
This show sucks. Amen.
Oh my God.
One person's going to win, yet in a scenario where it could be very clear for someone to step up and show up, no one does.
This is what leadership is about, right? It's about
Exactly.
showing up in the moment and taking charge.
Right. You only get certain moments in your life where showing up makes a really big difference. And this is definitely one of them, but so few did.
Congratulations for being chosen as leaders. One of the key components of being a big leader and a successful leader is recruiting, is using your intuition, your gut, and your skill set to convey to others why they should work with you, what's in it for them, and also picking the right person. The next challenge is you going back into the group, and you're going to pick your second in command. And they're going to go and recruit the next person and then teach that person, so on and so forth. So you'll be able to pull your person aside in the room, stay in the room with the group, and share with them what this challenge is, convey your communication, and we will be paying attention.
Michelle said I was puking in my mouth right here. Was she sick?
Probably from what he was saying.
Nervous, probably.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
We'll be listening in on how good of a job do you do that, because we will have a team challenge afterwards where you will be competing against the other team, and there will be a winner, and it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of competition. Now, one of the interesting parts of this challenge is there's an uneven number of people in there. So one of you will end up with 5 people, one of you will end up with 4 people. But your mission is to go back in there, pick your person, and convey to them why they should be working with you. And they are going to go as your second in command and then share with them how they should go and pick their person. So it's very critical. You want to find the right person, and you typically find the right person by asking questions. Ask them questions. Very, very powerful way to operate a business is to make people qualify for whatever it is you would like them to do anyway, right? You have 10 minutes to accomplish this. Good luck, and we'll be watching.
Ready?
Yep, let's go.
Recruitment is so important. How you go about enlisting people to do what you do in your business and recruit them is a huge part of what we teach people. So I'm really excited to see how they do here.
Some of the tips we got is we want the
He looks so creepy. All that side-eyeing.
Trip isn't asking her questions. I just finished telling him exactly to ask questions, and how does he start?
Dude, Ray hates Trip. He is so, like, intimidated by Trip.
I love that for Trip. I love that so much. Trip, I hope you're watching this because we love it.
And honestly, I think it's kind of like just the alpha male like persona that he maybe has, because I feel like he treats everyone like garbage, but especially men, I've noticed from this series so far.
Yeah. Shout out to our mods who are blocking those. Oh, that was you? Dude.
I didn't even see the comment. You're so fast.
I'm done.
Speedy.
Can we talk about alpha males for just a second? Because I feel like if you're an alpha male, you don't have to tell people you're an alpha male or alpha female. The people that are like, I'm an alpha male, look at me. Like, nobody believes you, bro. You know how
you're just trying to convince yourself of that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So weird.
I love this. Michelle said, what's funny is Trip didn't do anything different than I did.
that is so interesting, actually. Very interesting.
He starts like this. No upfront expectations. This is not a good start.
Are open to working with me or not? If you are, I would really be honored if you would join me as my first leader.
What is the leadership role?
Well, you would be my first in command, second in command, I guess it is. And your next role then is to actually go and pick the next leader. And we only have 10 minutes from the time I got into this room to fill out our team. I really trust your judgment. I really trust that. And that's why I've asked you first.
Okay. Michelle is doing so much better here. See how she's asking? It's so important.
Yeah. I take the position. So we will be a team, and your responsibility is to select the next leader. So go pick somebody. Yeah, got it.
It's not bad,
You lead us. Okay. You tell us what to do. Okay. We do what you say. Right. And then you come to us if you need to course correct, and we help you do that as your leader, right?
Tracy is really looking like a leader here. I'm starting to like Tracy. She is my top candidate right now.
So are you comfortable being a leader?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's lead.
Sometimes I get a bit chatty. So sometimes you pull me back.
You got the dream team.
Definitely. We've even got a name.
Is the
Dream Team.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, for
So don't you run the competition?
No, it's already
Yeah,
done.
just tell me to go home. Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
Are you comfortable being a leader?
Damn straight.
Okay, cool. That's it.
That's so cute. Damn I'm not sure straight. Ryan takes anything seriously. It's such a simple challenge, but you really do get to see how people show up. I think we should probably hire everyone this way.
She said, I don't think she takes anything seriously. What? They're just excited. Oh my gosh.
First of all, this is super cringy. Hey, go out there and recruit people, but we're not going to give you any details. First of all, this isn't even a real world scenario. If you're in an MLM and you're trying to recruit somebody, there's going to be specifics around it. So this is a bunch of garbage.
Right.
Yes. Ugh.
Because we get to see so much more than just in a
Look at
regular
his face.
job interview.
Moving forward into the next challenge, we'll be competing as a team. And so we're actually competing against the other team.
A lot of sales strategies too. Like,
I feel like we're going to come together cohesive. I feel like we're going to work together and we're all in it to win it.
Does anybody feel like they have certain skills or strengths that they want to put now onto the table?
Okay, so singing and public speaking.
Oh, I have those same too.
I'm able to generally strike up conversations through humor with folks and getting cold market conversations started. I have some skill.
I don't know what else I need to bring to the table for you guys.
So I like the troubleshooting and coaching.
Excellent.
Yeah. And does anybody have any weaknesses that they just right now would like to avoid?
I don't swim.
Don't ask me to run fast these days.
Oh yeah.
This is all the information that we have.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
No.
Fair.
I am super pumped to work with you guys. This is a great team.
I know, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
All right, so got the teams. Congrats. It's an observation. Some of you, I think, kind of built your teams pretty quickly with very little qualification. And there's something in sales called upfront expectations or even upfront contracts. It doesn't mean have to be a physical contract, but an upfront contract is where the expectations are kind of set. Now, you guys don't know the challenge. You have no idea what you're going to do, right? But, we told you, hey, trust your gut, ask some questions, and if you ever want someone to do something, make them qualify for it. I didn't see a whole lot of after the first person, I didn't see a whole lot of qualification. See, when people qualify for something, did you feel special being picked for this, for the show? Right? You felt special, right? Because you qualified.
This background music is terrible.
Some other people, and you miss that opportunity when you're just so willing to take any, not have that conversation.
Those of us who were picked last feel really crappy right now.
Well, I'm not. How do you show up? How come I wasn't picked first? I would ask myself that question. How do I show up in the next room and I get picked first? And they say, clear leader, or at least second in command. How do I show up differently so I'm picked faster in life? One person from the winning team will be guaranteed a spot in the championship. The losing team is not guaranteed that anyone will make it into the championship. You understand that? Some people are showing up just to survive. Some are playing to win. 2 people stepped up, said, we'll be the leader.
Oh, I thought we were putting names forward, and I said, I recommend Trip and Kim.
Yes, I have crackers in my mouth. 11? JJ's face.
But why not you?
Do it.
Of course.
Do it.
Yeah, you don't hear him share that when he shares his story, do you?
No.
He leaves that part out.
Lying by omission.
Mm-hmm.
Leadership role on the team.
I was lacking a little bit of self-confidence after this morning.
I know in your interview you talked about putting everyone else first and how you wanted to change that.
Yeah.
Tough to change, huh?
Yeah, it is.
And so how you show up in this is how you're showing up in your business. It's how you're showing up in your life. Are you playing just to get by, or are you playing to win?
The reason I didn't is because I feel like I have been a leader for years now, and it's kind of gotten to the point where I'm like, you know what? I think I need to let somebody else be a leader for a change, and I need to learn how to follow someone else's direction and not be always the one telling everybody else what to do.
But you chose a moment That's
Yes,
a very
you're right. But it was deliberate choice on my part.
And a leader is the one that continuously steps up.
Okay.
Feels
maybe.
it, and actually does
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I don't think that's necessarily, sorry for pausing it, but I don't think that's necessarily a good trait of a leader who is constantly having to lead. I feel like it's actually a really good trait for them to be humble enough to let somebody else lead. And Ray doesn't know anything about that, in my opinion. But
I actually think that she's about to say, I don't agree with you, which is going to really...
good.
I hope. I have that vibe, you know? As she was talking, I felt like we were getting there. I
hope she does. I hope she does.
Queen shit, man. Queen shit.
I think I would respectfully disagree. I think
no problem.
Some leaders there are times when leadership is about letting someone else step up to be a leader.
And you feel that this was the scenario? This was the one scenario to pick
It was
to not be a
in
leader.
my gut at that moment.
I mean, I feel like there's a time to be a follower and there's a time to be a leader. Now is not the time to make that decision.
That was a challenge in and of itself. Who steps up? Who's up for the task?
Yeah, but they didn't know that challenge.
Nobody really fought that I saw. But that's what you should be fighting for. Remember, it's a job interview or it's coaching with Ray and Jess.
This chick needs to
That's
sit down and be
win-win.
quiet.
You should be busting your ass for that. And I want to see the rest of that. We don't have much time left today.
Right.
And I'm the success manager. I'm here to cheer you guys on, and you're killing me. You have to bust your ass to get this done. Or you all just flew here for 28 hours for nothing.
Did she say success manager?
Real sales challenge. And so we're going to have Tyla come in here and share with you what you'll be selling, but you're actually going to be on the streets in downtown Fort Myers selling, and it's going to be a team comp. The winning team is guaranteed one person from that team will move on to the championship. Please welcome our good friend Tyla. Yay. Come on out here. All right, so Miss Tyla, what will they be selling today?
You guys are going to be selling these amazing gratitude journals. So these gratitude journals, we wanted you to have something that you could sell to people.
That is way easier to sell than those damn purses.
Yeah, better than the $40 purses.
Yes, that was just
unless this is $40.
Oh my
then they'll be like, I'll just print something off Google. Thanks.
Right?
On the street and explain to them why it's so important to have one of these. So these are really important for, doing your Wealth Wednesday set and how important it is to do that. Brass coil on the back so you can open it flat. It comes with a dozen of the Wealth Wednesday cards.
Wealth Wednesday is where we suggest to our group to do a random act of kindness for a stranger involved in a financial exchange.
That this is your job, and let's see how good y'all can do it.
Welcome to downtown Fort Myers. This is a beautiful place. We're very proud of our city, and we're excited.
I wonder if he's going to have a restaurant or a store that he's like, listen, don't go to this store. This store is off limits because they're not a fan of us. I wonder if that's going to happen.
And part of me wonders if that is just a tactic of what will you listen to him, will you do what I say? Like a test. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if that was something that they did for sure. Michelle's comment above. Funny point. The first time Ray and Mary Kate met in person was this day, and Ray walked in and she thought he was a contestant. He didn't even recognize his own member success manager.
Well, that's really awkward.
I would have paid to see that.
Absolutely. I never knew that, Michelle. That is funny.
Excited to have you guys here. So we're excited to see how you guys do. And so you guys came up with team names. What's your team name?
Dream Team. It just exudes winning. The Dream Team never loses.
And you guys, team name?
From fear to fierce?
From fear to fierce. Very nice. We have one team with 5 people, one team with 4 people. And so my dream team over here, you're going to have...
Was there only 9 people?
6 minutes.
Was there only 9 people or was there 10?
No, there was 9 because he said one team's going to have 5. We'll have 4.
I mean, at the very, very beginning? Were there 10 people to start off? Because there were 10 in the episode 1.
Maybe somebody couldn't come. I don't know, because it did say 40 contestants, and if there's 4 episodes, you'd have to divide it
9. So
evenly.
Michelle said 9. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Was there supposed to be 10, Michelle? Were they not able to make it?
Yeah, that's super interesting.
Yeah, it is.
15 seconds each. Okay, so it's going to balance out. You will each have equal selling opportunities, and so you get 6 minutes, 15 each. You guys, as you know, are 5 minutes each, and then you get that 1 minute download to tell the next person up in line.
Good luck, guys. Good luck.
Happy selling.
Happy
go,
selling.
Go, go. Good luck.
We're trying to sell as many of these things as we can. $29.99 for a gratitude journal. Take it away. Start changing the world.
Listening to them make sales right now.
Writing down things people are grateful for. And I was wondering, do you guys practice gratitude, reflecting on gratitude daily?
No, yeah, we'll do it.
Okay. No, that's okay. That's a good answer. Thank you. You skip through.
All right. Well, thank you guys for your time very much. All right. I'm not going to spend time trying to sell to anyone who's not interested in gratitude.
This awesome little diary. It has beautiful quotes in it, so you can just be reminded to feel grateful.
Start your day. You write down 10 things you're grateful for every single morning. Watch what that does in 90 days. You do it every day. It's consistent as you want to do it.
Well, is anybody like completely perfect? No.
$29.99.
$30 for that journal.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. It better write words for me.
Better manifest for me.
Seriously, and I feel like he's going to say that you should be able to sell anything, but then in the same breath, he's going to be like, you should be passionate about what you're selling. So,
my gosh,
odds are just not in their favor.
No.
No,
I don't think so right at this time.
You're not interested? All right, guys. Well, with or without the journal, practice gratitude. I can tell it made you guys happy.
So Trip and Claire are the first ones out for their team, and they do not have a sales pitch down, which we told them
it's a cute dog. What kind of dog is that?
They had 20 minutes on the ride down to downtown to formulate a sales pitch, yet they don't have one. So I'm a little disappointed right now in both of them.
And then we also have Wealth Wednesday, where you do a random act of kindness for a stranger. So this
Do you ever think about what you're grateful for? Like seriously, I mean, I'm not trying to be weird.
Once in a while.
Yeah. So one thing I do is every morning I write down what I'm grateful for. So I use this journal. It's a gratitude journal. And every single morning I write down 10 things that I'm grateful for, and it absolutely changes my day.
So if you have tons
and
of
I
time,
challenge you
feeling someone out to see
get a gratitude journal for the next 90 days. Write down 10 things you're grateful for.
You don't have much time.
They're only $29. I'll give you my information to follow up with me, and you tell me if it doesn't change your life or not. All right, well, when you go home, practice gratitude, all right? Thanks, guys.
Need it. Yeah, for sure. It's an awesome looking journal. I'd like to put one in your hands today. Would you be interested?
Do we have to do anything?
Buy it. That's it. And write in it.
Read in it? People say that you can create a habit in 21 days, but if you have 90 days, you can definitely create a habit. It's a good way to promote your business by giving away something. Would you be interested in purchasing one? Okay.
Jaywalking.
I'm a lawyer. I just sit here and relax.
Very
But
well.
I wish you
Happy Friday to you.
Would you be interested in purchasing one?
Would you be interested? She's using this line over and over again and providing them an easy out. You have to sell how this product is going to change their lives. How you show up here is how you show up.
Wait, but don't they teach people? Stop it. Those are the shoes. Those are ugly AF. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Those are so ugly.
Oh my word.
And they what's different about Higdon's Heavens? They're called Higdon's Heavens.
It's giving Heaven's Gate.
1, Bluetooth emotion censoring. Ever had a bad day and just wish your boyfriend and husband would rub your feet? You'll never have to wish for that again, as Higdon Heavens sense when you had a rough day, and will initiate tiny massaging pulses to rub your blues away. 2, inspirational audio messages. These can be present based on the performance for an additional $49 a month. You can access the entire library, but the base model comes equipped with 3 messages, psychologically designed to uplift your spirit.
Oh my word.
Oh my gosh, do you want to hear one? You can even preview the message below. You want to hear it?
Yes. No.
Okay. Ready? Hold on. It's Ray's voice. Let me start it over.
It kind of sounded like one of those things that you listen to, you know, the indoctrination thing.
Oh,
Just
yes.
listen to on repeat.
Do it. That's one small step for you, one giant leap for your awesomeness. Way to go,
Is this a
buddy.
fucking joke?
Way to really step it up.
Oh my god.
Is he for real?
And then the last one, number 3, little bit oh Ray. I thought to myself, how do I make these shoes more personal while also creating a powerful message? And then it hit me. Well, I happened to be jogging on the treadmill when it hit me. My own sweat. Each pair of shoes will be shipping containing 1 drop of my own sweat. This way, you know I care about these shoes and our mission and am not just, okay, wait, this has to be a joke, right? Is this not a joke? This is the shoe.
Is this a real thing?
Oh, it's April Fool's joke.
I'm having a hard time processing.
It's an April Fool's joke.
Oh. Okay.
Thank God.
Okay.
Oh my God.
No,
I almost,
honestly, I would not be surprised.
My heart almost fell out of my butt. I swear. Wait, where are the $10,000 shoes? I have to see them.
Wait, okay, so that's a thing? Wait, what were these shoes? What's happening? I don't understand.
Oh man.
Phew.
Does it come with like
I need to know.
It comes with recordings like the one we heard, Erin.
You have to pay
It's
for
so worth it.
Thank God that's
And a drop of sweat.
Oh my God, I almost lost my mind. It wasn't a joke though. They actually sold them at his event.
Stop it, Jennifer. Somebody paid for this garbage?
Oh my God.
She said that post was a joke.
But the shoes weren't.
Wow.
The post was a joke, but the shoes weren't. His face was on those shoes.
Well, it's gross.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how to feel about all of that. I feel like I need time to process that. That's a lot.
My gosh, that's crazy. Okay. Oh no, add to stream.
Out there.
I could have.
Yeah. There we go. We got it.
So you guys ready to rock and roll?
Yes!
Let's get it on!
Are you guys familiar with gratitude journals? No, but my daughter is a clinical mental health therapist. So she's familiar with gratitude.
Like, check this out. A grateful heart is a magnet for miracles.
How can I get one of these in your hands? They're $30.
And it's an incredible gift. $29.
Doing Wealth Wednesday, which is to do a random act of kindness for a stranger involving a financial exchange. Could be $1, could be $10, could be like, double tipping your waiter, could be paying for somebody for the toll booth in front.
Good to go? I've got a little credit card machine there. Okay. You good? You sure?
Yeah.
You're sure? Okay, no problem.
Thank you so much.
Any interest at all? They're $30.
Oh, no. Okay, so two observations you're making with both teams.
They're $30. Oh, no.
Both of them are bringing up the price at the very end. So they're pitching like, the gratitude journal, we want to get these in your hand. And they do all of this stuff. Then they hit them with how much it costs. And they're pretty much all getting shot down.
I'm sorry. No, none of that.
Oh
no. You could have done better. Help her out.
It just took too long. Okay. You gotta make it quicker. I don't know. I don't know what else I did wrong. I'm so mad at myself.
None of that.
None
of that.
Dang it.
Feels like her dream slipped away, probably, like that feeling.
Chad, it's 1025 down the street.
All right.
And put on a quick ad for him, and he has committed to buying a journal. So what we want to do is to go back in and see if he's open to the idea of us buying a beer for everybody who purchases a journal. So they have to purchase a journal to get a beer bought for them. But it seemed like a great idea. It's not mine, it's Ryan's.
That's Ryan's idea.
It's Ryan's idea, so we're just communicating that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, the guy that Ray also hates. He always is so mean to the men because he's intimidated by them.
Must be uncomfortable for you, Ray.
I've already done some ads for him as well, like some shout outs, trying to get people down to his establishment. There's value, right? We talk about value.
Finally, someone shows up with a plan. out of the box thinking. So great idea, Ryan. Great execution, Michelle. But now we're going to have to go into the bar and eavesdrop on what they're saying in there.
Well, open it up, have a look at it, feel it, get it into your heart, man. So honestly, there wasn't a plan up until that point when the fellow stepped out. Chad stepped out of his bar and asked what was going on, and so I just started chatting with him that I couldn't sell to him because it wasn't my turn, but when it was my turn, would he be okay if I came back? But he's like, anything outside, you're totally cool. But then actually Ryan, a teammate, hatched the plan of what if we go in and ask him if we can do the swap where we offer his patrons some value for all of them that buy something from us. And what that allowed is that allowed us to get inside the bar. But what we're doing is anybody who buys one today, we're buying a free beer or a drink. If you're not drinking beer, if you're drinking something else, we could get you something different.
Note and put it onto paper, but the best thing that we actually like about it, these Wealth Wednesday cards. So what do you think of that saying there?
Live better, live happily.
How much is it?
It's $30.
Okay.
Yeah?
We'll take it.
Okay, sweet. Awesome.
Yeah, you're smiling now, aren't you? The books are $29.95. No problems. Thank you for your time.
And so do I buy you a beer? I'd love to buy you a beer, though.
And how do you feel about, time's up for my reality show.
More active listening, you're saying.
More active listening.
Okay.
In sales, you're
In
saying.
sales.
Yeah.
Okay.
In sales.
And the third thing?
And the third thing would be to be more aware of my posture. Be more aware of it.
Okay, so what Julie said is so definitely, we can all see this. Like, Ray confuses, intimidates people, gives terrible coaching, and then backpedals when his coaching advice doesn't work, and then blames his client. Absolutely.
Tell me you don't know how to coach people in sales without telling me you don't know how to coach people in sales.
Rachel Hollis journals are cheaper. Oh, God.
That's because Target is closing them out for like 40% off or something. I said what I said.
Yikes.
Be more aware of it.
Okay. All right. Let's kick that one person left. Let's kick them off.
Pebble?
And what about so it's kind of like, drawing more goodness into your world.
All right, and go.
Right here. And I have 5 minutes to try and sell as many of these gratitude journals as I can. Yeah, it's like a pay it forward kind of thing to make people feel good. Is there a way I can get one of these in your hands today for $30? Please, and might want to use one of these?
I don't think so.
All right, well, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. Is there a way I can get this in your hands today? I have people that put them in diaper boxes and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I can't stand here. I got to go. So. Do you practice gratitude, sir?
No.
No? Have you ever had anybody pay for your coffee or, that you don't know? No. So these are actually journals just to write down what you're grateful for each
Explaining how to use a product and selling a product are two very different things. And so if I'm selling this product and someone says, I don't practice gratitude, you don't have time to explain the concept of gratitude.
This editing is horrible. Absolutely. Yeah. Ray, just pause the video, say what you need to say, like I'm doing right now, and then go back to it. This editing is terrible. If it's not the background noise or background music or whatever, this is wild to me.
This advice is also horrible. Like just thinking from like a business owner standpoint, like you want to sell the product, and if they don't know how to use the product, how can they effectively sell it? So he's telling them not to show or tell them how to use it.
But not really giving them any tips on what to say and how to go about it. They're leaders. They should just know. Aren't you a sales coach though?
Yep. He's really done no teaching whatsoever. Like, this isn't about, like, him helping them. It's literally just intimidating and pushing them. But
I feel like it's to embarrass them. Honestly.
Yeah,
it's so
truly.
sad.
They use the same editors that we found.
Arlene.
That's funny. That's true.
It's crazy.
Move on.
Are you sure? All right.
Did you
He
hear
is a
it, sir?
clown. That's
Okay.
right, Jennifer.
Thank you. Good job. Thanks.
All right, we are here in downtown Fort Myers.
Charlene, why doesn't he show them how he can sell one at the end? Because you know he wouldn't be able to. You know he wouldn't. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. Oh, imagine.
At 10:25, and just want to give a shout out to one of the team leaders here, Michelle. But how did you find this gentleman right here? We'll introduce him.
Michelle.
Okay, so this is Chad, and Chad owns 1025 down here in Fort Myers. Nice establishment.
The best place, right?
Yeah.
The best place downtown Fort Myers, hands down.
Yeah, I've just been in there for 5 minutes. Great crowd. It looks awesome. You guys should check it out. So anyways, we were standing out here filming. Chad popped out to say hi. So we just started chatting, and I asked him if he'd be open to us coming back and having a look at his place and talking a bit more. And he says, yeah, sure, come on back in. So
awesome.
We went back in, talked a little business, and saw what we could make happen.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. And you got one of the you did a good job. Got him on the gratitude journal.
Exactly.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Be thankful for stuff, right?
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate you having us in, man.
Thanks for
Yeah.
giving us a
10:25, downtown Fort Myers. Feedback. What did you see out there? What did you like? What didn't you like?
I have to say I saw a lot of change from what we were talking about this morning. A lot of people up their game a little bit more.
Big time.
Big time. Some fierce competition going on.
One thing was clear. After the interview process, after we showed them how to do that properly, this was a completely different group.
No, you didn't do a damn thing for them. You were so rude to them. You literally made them say their most horrific traumas out loud. You made them upset. You triggered them. You did not do a damn thing for them.
I just want to know.
They did that. They did that.
I just would like to know which part of all of this was them showing them how to sell anything. Because we went from trauma interviews, that's what I'm calling them, to a recruiting exercise. And now we're into selling to people on the streets that are not looking for what you have to offer.
Yes.
Where did you show them, Jess? Where did you show them what to do? Because I didn't see it. Did y'all see it?
Nope.
What a joke.
Group of people that showed up for this challenge.
Got really out of their comfort zone.
I saw that Michelle really kind of came into her own.
Michelle, we are not skipping anything. So you guys skipping it at all? Because there seems to be chunks cut out since I last watched. Nope, we are not skipping any of it. We have gone right through the whole thing. So I do not know.
That says a whole lot.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Took the leadership position very seriously.
Yeah, Kirstie said she downloaded it directly from YouTube, right from his channel.
Tenacious when she started selling and came up with an out-of-the-box idea.
It was kind of a weird pitch, though, wasn't it?
It was. It
buy
was.
a gratitude journal for $30. I'll buy you a beer.
I think it was the only pitch that was out there.
Was outside the box.
Yeah,
So you didn't see anything else that was outside the box.
I didn't. No.
So this is a tough decision because I really liked Claire's energy. Michelle, I really liked her interview.
Yeah.
And I liked the fact that she thought outside the box, like Mary Kay was.
Sorry, so she just said I liked Michelle's interview. When after that interview, she said she gives me weird vibes.
Yeah.
No.
Hypocrite.
Yeah.
Saying, but she also pre-planned to get customers into the restaurant.
Michelle says they missed counting one sold by Claire. Which one was Claire?
She's the adorable Australian.
Short curly hair.
Yes.
We love her.
In the tank top.
Yeah, she's really, That's weird. Why would they put that in there? That's so odd.
That she was going to with the restaurant owner so that they would ultimately buy a journal before even stepping foot downtown.
It's not like they had a lot of time to plan. I mean, they didn't know the challenge.
I also really liked Kim. She was going to the business owners. Yeah. She had a good energy when she was selling. And I also think Tripp did a great job. He asked some good questions. Yeah. Nobody blew me away with their sales pitches, though.
Yeah.
Of course not. They never do.
Telling all this stuff, and they're like, yeah. But then once they got to $29, the person was out.
Stephanie, afterwards, she broke down and was trying to justify why she didn't make a sale.
No,
and
she
was saying
didn't.
how
No.
She was literally
She was processing her emotions.
Yes. She was so disappointed in herself. I'm pretty sure she literally said that.
Yeah. She said she's mad at herself. Not the challenge that she was given, not the fact that this journal is $30. And this is why when people fail in MLMs, in my opinion, like this ruins them as a person. Their self-confidence is ruined. That's why it's so dangerous.
Yep. Good point. Yes.
frustrated she is, and she just didn't let it go. She's the only one who did that. So the beer pitch, that was Ryan's idea.
I was impressed with Claire, her sales and her leadership, and Michelle's, creativeness. I mean, that's the two people that kind of stood out, but I would like to talk to them a little bit more.
The only one that's really tough for me is Kim, because I think she's got potential.
Yeah.
She's a tough one for me because I really like Claire and Michelle.
Yeah.
But I also like Kim.
Congratulations. Yes,
And
y'all
this
stepped
is
up.
water. I want everybody to know it's water.
Tito's.
Okay, no vodka in here.
You guys made it tough. And we actually have a few people in mind. But first of all, what did you get out of this exercise? We'll start here and go around.
I think I got out of the fact that I need to be a little bit more careful with my words. I need to say less to more people is really what it boils down to.
Saying less. Most people in sales don't even think about this. Saying less can say so much more. Just like in the recruitment challenge, you want to get a buyer to qualify for you. This doesn't mean that you do all the talking. This means that you're asking the right questions.
I need to stop and listen a little bit more. I think I was trying to be too maybe directive with people. And I also feel like I need to match their energy.
Tracy?
That was, I think that I should have talked to less people, but actually said more.
I believe you talked to 8 people, is that correct?
Yeah.
And you're saying you should have talked to even fewer, but spent more time?
Spent more time. I think that would have made a difference.
I tend to trip over my words a lot. I feel like my tongue moves faster than, like, I'm moving too fast here, not listening enough up here. But it was, and my heart was pumping.
What I realized is with a laser beam guided focus and a can-do-it attitude, in the span of 5 minutes, I can talk to 20 different people about product, service, opportunity, or a gratitude journal.
A few different things that when you have a team that you're leading, that everybody on the team has an awesome skill set, and if you let people do what they're going to do, that you're going to see some awesome things.
Second guessed my abilities to be able to.
Yes, Julie, this is so good. This is key. Rate sets people up for failure because it's not about people succeeding. It's about growing his business. He wants people to look bad, so they need his coaching. Absolutely. Absolutely. Carrie, you didn't trip over your words. Carrie is an incredible speaker. She's a teacher, for God's sake. Yeah. Carrie's amazing. I loved watching her.
I think I have a description of what I think Ray does.
Okay, let's
based
hear it.
on what Julie said. I feel like he's the one that's like, this way is how you're successful. And when you take your first couple steps, he trips you. So he can say, see, that's the way, but you need my help so you don't trip. I feel like because Trip was on the show.
Okay.
I feel like that's what he does. I just got that like visual. That's the word I was looking for when I was reading that. It's like, hey, this is the way to success, but you're gonna trip along the way, but it's him doing the tripping.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
To have effective conversations with people, and I can have effective conversations with people. I can.
Nice. All right. Nice.
It took me back 2 years ago when I first started network marketing, the way it was done back then. They would say, well, just talk to people anywhere and everywhere. So it reminded me that it can be done, and that really you can talk to more people in less time if you listen and if you qualify them immediately.
I know that I've been hiding behind social media, and this year that was one of my challenges to myself, was to get out and speak to real people. And it allowed me, like, it forced me to go out and stick to that word and go and do that and do what you've taught us with the benefits. Like, what I enjoyed the most was like helping my team, like coaching my team. And I should have stood up and taken that spot of the leader. Like, I should have put myself forward. It's here, but I'm not bringing it to here. And I feel like I let myself down on that.
One, many of you had a big pitch that after a really long time led to, you have to buy it. Maybe upfront expectations, or how do I qualify them? You know, I don't know that was done. But this is the finale of the show. This is where, and I told you, the winning team won is just, you know, guaranteed to move forward.
And before we tell you who that is, just know that I think we've talked about it. We've seen a different person that showed up this morning than who's sitting right here, right now. You gave it your all, and we appreciate you all being here and making the journey.
Michelle, you are one of them. Yeah.
You know, thinking outside the box and what you did for this challenge, I thought was really, really impressive.
And there was one of you that we felt was the best coach, the person that really spent time with their team and really talked to their team, gave advice. That person is Claire. You're the second person. Oh.
Well, let me block.
And so, again, all of you played big. All of you are amazing. And I hope that this is something that
Hey, it literally won't let me block the bots. So if someone can block them, that would be awesome.
you'll use to go forward and really change the world.
Do you see the change in these people? Can you feel it? You can get that too. Motivation comes from doing. They went out there and did it. The only thing stopping you is you going out there and putting that extra energy into the marketplace and into your business. Motivation comes from doing. These guys really upped their game. You can too.
Awesome. Yeah, like I had so many learnings from today, like so many. It took me a long time to grasp the past, the questions that Ray asked in the interview, like coming out and feeling like I hadn't quantified what I want and how much I want it. Like it just put the fire in my belly that I needed. Yeah, I needed that. So I could go another round, you know, like I feel like I could go another round.
Today, almost a little bit out of body in some sorts where...
Michelle, this is Michelle. Michelle did. And she's in the chat right now. This is Michelle.
How cool is that, by the way?
Yeah, good for you.
How cool is it that, like, this must feel like a full circle moment for Michelle. Not that I mean, you know, painful, I'm sure, at times, but I just think that it's really cool and really powerful that she was on here and we're all surrounding her and supporting her, and she's answering questions. Like, that says a whole lot about her strength, and in my opinion, like we're all very proud of you, Michelle. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
I never thought I would do something like this. Never thought that I could. And I'm fearful of a lot of things, but I've managed to step through a lot of fears. And today it was like this big light bulb that came on that was like, my fear isn't my weakness. My fear is what's fueling me. Super excited to be going to Ray and Jess's house on the 28th, which is my birthday, by the way. What a way to celebrate my 43rd birthday. Sorry. I'm excited about that. So, yeah.
The name of the show is Play to Win.
Being around that is really what I want.
Gotta start playing to win. Do you want to try it again?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got 5 minutes to...
All right, well, that's that. And we got a little preview of the next episode.
Which looks just as manipulative as this one. I think their goal is literally to make them cry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, we are happy to do so. And we hope that it is a safe space for everyone who enters.
Mm-hmm.
Except those bots.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the bots. No. This was rough, you guys. This was rough.
It was.
It was.
Wow. Shout out to all the people who were in Rank Makers who are in this chat right now and you know, being open and sharing their times they had there and talking about their experience. We really appreciate y'all being here and bringing like a personal experience to it. It's so awesome. Thank you, Erin.
I was just reading that.
Covering this. It's validating, healing. Thank you. You're so welcome. We are happy to do it, and we are glad that all of y'all are here to watch with us. We know it's a bit tough, so like if you can't, it's totally fine. You do not have to. But we're gonna try to cover as many episodes, I guess, as we can. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
You got anything, Kirstie?
Yeah. No. I feel like we all just went on a giant emotional roller coaster, and it's okay to process your feelings. And if you were in rank makers, I'm still, I don't know if you guys know this, but I always want to call it rank masters. And I literally, I don't know why. So if you hear me saying it slowly, that's why. But I just want to shout out all of you because it's so brave to speak out against Ray. Because us three, we don't have experience. I have experience with a coach that was trained by Ray, but I don't have experience with Ray directly. And I feel like you are so strong by addressing your experience and addressing him personally, because I know so many of you have told me that you can't even say his name sometimes because of how he treated you, and that just breaks my heart. So I just want you to know that you are so strong, stronger than me. You know, I admire you and respect you. So that's all I got.
And every time you say his name, telling your story and your experience, you're taking your power back. So just remember that.
Absolutely.
He's not powerful at all.
No.
All right. Well, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to hop off.
Don't join rank makers.
Yeah.
That part. Usually say don't join an MLM. Don't do that, of course. But don't join rank makers. And if you're in rank makers and you're having some questions, some doubts, get out. Cancel your membership.
Also, before you go, go ahead to Kirstie's channel and sub. She's awesome. Oh, I'm pointing this way. And sub. And if you can, take a moment and go like the video on each of our channels. That would be fantastic. We appreciate you being here. Kirstie, thank you so much for asking to do this with us. I'm so glad that we can do that together. And there's more to come. Don't worry. We don't know when, but there will be. There will.
Yeah, somebody was asking when.
And I think we're not going to rush through these because I feel like there's so much happening emotionally that we need to process our emotions. And I feel like I can only speak for myself, but one thing that my MLM, I was in paparazzi for over 5 years, but one thing that it taught me was that like you work through, you don't have feelings. You don't have time to think about what you're feeling. You just work, you work. And so I felt like I was just a workhorse, and I'm trying to learn how to process my emotions. And so if you feel that way, that's okay. And that's normal. And
pausing is a great thing.
Take the time to process how you're feeling, and just give all the love to somebody that was in this series or rank makers if you can.
Yes, I love that. Yes. Thank y'all for joining, and I guess we'll see you next time. Yeah. Bye, everybody.